So we begin this time a nice little another filler song from the White Album, "Don't Pass Me By," a countryish song done by Ringo. I believe it was his own composition, and it just definitely just kind of a fun song. Another one that I don't know would make the cut if I were to shrink the White Album down to a single album. But then again, this makes me think sometimes maybe I should reconsider some of the ones I definitely would include, because maybe it'd be better off mixing things up a bit. But anyway, then "Drive My Car," which I always thought was a bigger hit than it was, because the oldie station in my hometown used to play it quite a bit. But in fact, it wasn't released as a single and never made the top 100. But it's a pretty well-known song, I guess, from Rubber Soul. I love Rubber Soul a lot. I'll probably get into that more as we go through this countdown. 8 Days a Week is the number one song we have this time around. Very well known song from Beatles for Sale, which I think is somewhat underrated. I've multiple times heard it called the Beatles' worst album, and I guess with considering the great stuff they did, that's not necessarily a bad thing to be the worst album. I don't think it's their worst, but maybe I'll explore that more as this goes along, and maybe after I do a big review later on. Eleanor Rigby is another well-known song from Revolver. I believe that made it to number 11 on the Hot 100, and is very well known, even pretty well known amongst their number one hits, even though it didn't even quite make the top 10. But nice song, very interesting. Don't know what to say about it other than that. Then we have "The End," another part of the big medley that was featured on the second side of Abbey Road, and it's more famous as part of the medley. But this part actually features the three guitar solos from John, Paul, and George, and nice song. And again, very weird to hear it outside the context of the rest of the medley. And then finally, we have "Every Little Thing," which I mentioned to somebody recently, and they thought it might be the Police song, "Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic." It's not, but still, fun little, kind of a filler song, not great. Another one from Beatles for Sale, which again I think is kind of underrated, but maybe I'll get into that more as we go along. It is just a fun little song. It's not great, but fun little song. And like I said, I think Beatles for Sale is better than it gets credit for. So yeah, this was a fun mix. I realized the last mix was not that fun for me. I don't know what to say about it, but it just wasn't that fun for me. And so this time around was definitely more fun. Fun songs, including a really